Hello and welcome to the Random Access Show. I'm Leon, and in today's episode we'll be talking about Google's answer for the integration of ChatGPT in Bing, Google Bard. That's right, we'll be talking all about that, so sit tight and enjoy. I'm Leon, and you're listening to the Random Access Show. Hello and welcome to the Random Access Show. I'm Leon, and in today's episode we're talking all about Google Bard. That's right, that's Google B-A-R-D, and it's basically Google's answer to ChatGPT. So if you didn't know, recently ChatGPT has been integrated into Bing, Microsoft's search engine, the one that not many people use. Its market share has rapidly increased, however, since they have introduced the integration of ChatGPT, and now Google is scared, and they have released their very own Google Bard, their answer to the AI wars. And it's quite interesting, actually, the story of Google Bard and how it came about. So basically, it started when ChatGPT was first released, and Google basically became scared that their market share would be taken away by because of ChatGPT. Eventually, I'm assuming that ChatGPT will and other AI chatbots will take over the search engines, and so Google was scared, and they obviously needed to do something about this and create their own AI. So they developed their own Google Bard based off their controversial Lambda bot, which their Lambda AI language model, which we saw a few months ago in that controversial incident where one of the Google workers claimed that the bot was sentient. So that same AI language model has been used to program Google Bard. And Google Bard has been quite controversial as well, because when it first launched on February the 8th, incorrect information was given about the James Webb Telescope in the demonstration. So basically, Google Bard was asked to explain the James Webb Telescope in easier terms, and Bard claimed that the telescope was the first telescope to take pictures of a planet outside the Earth's solar system, which NASA claimed was a different telescope completely, and that hurt the stock of Google's parent company, which fell by 7.7% following that incident. So that's the first mistake that Google made, and that really hurt the reputation of Google Bard. And I think that, quite honestly, a lot of people would have just turned off Bard right there, then and there. But it was created as a rival, like I said, to ChatGPT, and especially its integration in Bing, which is now available for everyone, provided that you sign into Bing with your Microsoft account and sign up for the new Bing. And Sundar Pichai, who is the CEO of Google, told the Google employees to create a rival chatbot to ChatGPT from the Lambda language model. Now, this bot was quite rushed, and when I say quite rushed, I mean extremely rushed. And it's been under a lot of scrutiny from from Google's own employees and from certain other online publications, including Futurism. And quite frankly, the failure when Google Bard gave the incorrect information was all over the internet. And when you have something like that, that is not the kind of viral that you want your company to be. That is not the kind of publicity that you want your company to get or your product to get. So when Google Bard received this kind of publicity, it was not good. Sundar Pichai had told his employees to create a rival. You cannot have a rival product if it is nowhere near as good quality as the original product is. Google Bard, if it cannot provide correct information about something as simple as the James Webb Space Telescope, how did Google expect people to trust their chatbot after this? And after this scenario, there was a lot that happened. It was all over the internet. I saw it on quite a few of the online publications I read, and it just goes to show as well, I think, not only that Google Bard wasn't ready, but that AI isn't ready. As much as you see that AI is going to take over the world and is going to rule us, maybe eventually, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. And I think that it was a good reminder for us that we need to remember that, AI is not too intelligent after all. Anyway, Google's Bard has actually been under quite a bit of its own controversy in the past few weeks because allegedly, according to online website The Information, Google actually trained Bard using ChatGPT responses that have been publicly shared. Now, this is allegedly, according to an online website, and it was all over the internet when this article was released. But what this means is, if it was true, right? Now, we don't know whether this statement is true, but if it was true, what this means is that Google does not have the capacity to create its own AI products, and therefore is relying heavily on products from rival companies. And now, why this is important is because people will lose trust in something that has been taken from another product. People will not want to go to somewhere, use a product that has been basically based off another product. So people will not want to use Google Bard if they know that it's been based off ChatGPT and ChatGPT responses. Why not just go to the original source, is what people will think. Now, Google sent a statement to another online publication, Win Future, which said that Bard did not rely on data from ChatGPT. The statement said Bard is not trained on data from ShareGPT or ChatGPT, quote unquote. Now, another website, Android Police, has also tried contacting Google for a statement, but they have not yet heard back as of 14 hours before this episode was recorded. Now, it's still not known, it's unclear whether this data was used to train Bard, but it's also unclear whether Bard has used any training data from ChatGPT. Now, I want to talk about the availability of Google Bard, because right now ChatGPT is available basically all over the world, whereas Bard is currently in beta. It's in an experimental version, and if you actually go to the website, bard.google.com, there are a few requirements you have to meet. So, first of all, in Australia, it's not available. It's not supported in our country, but it's also there are also certain requirements that you need to meet with your Google account. So, according to the FAQ on Bard's website, quote, to use Bard, you need a personal Google account that you manage on your own, unquote. So you can't use a Google account that has that's under Google Workspace. So you can't have a Google Workspace account, which is a managed account. It won't let you use that on Google Bard, and you must also be over 18 or over. and it's not available in all countries. It's only available in in United States English, and it's not as advanced as I would say ChatGPT is. For example, also on the FAQ, can Bard help with coding is one of the questions. The answer says, quote, Bard can't help you with coding just yet. It is still learning to code. And responses about code aren't officially supported for now, unquote. So ChatGPT is far more advanced from what I can see in the frequently asked questions and from what I have seen from United States reviewers that have reviewed the product, Google Bard. It's not as, like I said, it's not as advanced as ChatGPT might be, and it doesn't have the scope to become as advanced as ChatGPT might become, is what I think. Google is just one company. OpenAI is a consortium of companies. Microsoft, Elon Musk is part of it, or he was at one point, and certain other major companies, including Infosys, and these massive companies have all joined together to create OpenAI and to create ChatGPT. We're already up to the second iteration of ChatGPT, which is based on GPT-4. Whereas Bard has just started out. It's not available everywhere. It has limitations to it, and it's just nowhere near as clever or as intelligent as ChatGPT is right now. And I think that maybe Bard will become a suitable rival in the future. But for now, I haven't seen anyone online preferring Bard over ChatGPT. And another thing that we're scared of is data collection. So data collection by Google, we know, is a massive, massive thing, right? Data that has been collected by Google is all over the internet, and Google does state that they collect your data when you're using Bard. According to their frequently asked questions, quote, when you interact with Bard, Google collects your conversations, your general location based on your IP address, your feedback, and usage information, unquote. Now, apparently, that data is used to help provide, improve, and develop their products and services. But we really don't know where this data is actually going. There's also a question on here, do you use my Bard conversations for advertising purposes? If Bard conversations or ChatGPT conversations are used to for advertising or to target ads for you on the internet, nothing we do on the internet is safe. We know that already. But this is just an extra level of data collection and an extra level of targeted advertising that we do not need on the internet. But aside from that, ChatGPT has already been integrated with Bing, and Google has plans to integrate Bard with Google Search, but that hasn't happened yet. And until Bard can reach other countries other than the US and wherever else it's available, until Google can reach the majority of the world and at least support another language like Mandarin Chinese or Russian, the most spoken languages in the world, until Google can do that with Bard, I don't think it's ready for most people to be using just yet. And I think a lot of people will be using ChatGPT more than they're using Bard, and more than they probably ever will be using Google Bard. But that's just my opinion. That's it for Google Bard talk now. Let's bring in the quick stuff. And the E3 conference, which is a massive, massive gamers conference, has been officially cancelled. It's a massive gamers conference, which is E3 stands for Electronic Entertainment Expo, and it was expected to begin on the 13th of June. It hasn't been an in-person event since 2020, and it wasn't a surprise to most gamers. Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, Sega, they all made statements saying that they weren't going to take part before the conference made the statement that they weren't going to be going ahead with it. So Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo and Sega, they all pulled out before E3 itself actually pulled out and said we're not continuing this conference. But there will be a few minor events that gamers will be able to look forward to, including the Summer Game Fest, which is expected to kick off on the 8th of June, as well as Xbox Games Showcase, which is on the 11th of June from Microsoft. And my second piece of quick news is that I have officially begun my PC building journey, which I will be talking more about in future episodes of the show. I'll be documenting my journey with you guys in this on this podcast. I have bought the motherboard and the CPU. I will leave the list of the two models products that I've bought in the description. But CPU was a AMD Ryzen 9 5950X, and if you're wondering why I went with last generation, it was simply because of price, availability, and the fact that newest generation I didn't really need. But I would like to say that I will be documenting my journey and possibly doing an entire episode on my PC building journey and how my PC build goes once I have built the PC. But that's all for today, actually, on the Random Access Show. If you would like to check out our YouTube channel, make sure you do. I'll link that down in the description below, as well as making sure to check out our website, which will also be in the description. That's all for today. However, I'm Leon Panopoulos, and this is the Random Access Show. Make sure to check out any episodes that you have not yet listened to. But other than that, I'm Leon Panopoulos, and you've tuned into the Random Access Show.